Hi, my name is Garrett, and today we're here to review for you the Wisecam V4. Right off the bat, this is what's going to happen in this video. I'm going to answer the three biggest questions that I saw on the Amazon page as well as offsite. Some of the things that I was even thinking about when I was looking at this. I'm also going to talk through the setup, the app, the installation. Fortunately for me, this product was gifted to me, and what I get to do for you is something you can't as you're sitting at home on your computer or phone, and that's to see this, touch this, feel this, actually test it and use it, and then give you an idea of what this product's about so you can make the best decision for you. I will say this, that I absolutely love this camera. We've had it for a few months. I reached out to the vendor because I have a pool in my backyard. I also have a son with special needs, and I have a newly 2 year old Labrador. And I want to be able to keep an eye on them without having to constantly go to the window, especially because I work from home. I'm on my computer. I'm doing other things. I want to make sure I can see them. So this camera was a great fit. We'll talk about it. Easy installation, easy setup. But let's jump into the first question right off, is the video quality. So this is a 2K camera, different than the 1080p that you might be used to. That's a little more black and white. From a daytime vision, what I like about this is that it just shows up great. You can see, from where it is to my fence, it's probably about 75 feet. I have a wide range of view where I can see my entire pool area, so I know who's there, what's happening. You'll also see it pops up. There's a little green box that comes around when my dog walks by, when I walk there, so you can quickly see what's in that view of vision and be able to identify if that's you or someone you know, or if that's just someone dropping off a package. The nighttime vision is where this really shines, is that this shows up in color. That has a strobe light here that turns on when you walk in front of it, and it actually illuminates the entire area without having any other lights around. That's hugely important as I start to see what's out there. If I let my dog out and I forget about him, if my son walks out there, who's coming by my house, I do think this was a really strong nighttime camera that I get to use. That was the first big question from the video quality, and I think the video quality is spot on compared to some of the others I reviewed and some others that I've also installed. From the subscription standpoint, the question is, do you need a subscription for this? The short answer is no. You get to have the real-time video. You do have recordings. You've got the sound. You've got the intercom, a siren that you can use. That's all part of the free subscription, but there is a paid version, which gives you a lot more bells and whistles if that's something that you want. And so I think that's also important for you. From an application standpoint, let's dive into what this app actually looks like, and let's go open it up and take a look at it right now. So this is what you'll see when you get to the main part of the app. You can see the green box down there. It picks up anything that's moving. That's just water coming from my waterfall, but I find that helpful. You also see how wide this camera angle is. We can also then go in and click on and take a picture. We can record. We can do a smart focus. A number of things you can do within this that helps you understand what's happening in that view of the camera. As we go back out, the next thing we're going to click on is events. This is the recording of everything that this camera has picked up during the day and at night. What you'll find it's interesting is that this is a very late night, probably about 9:30. Everything's in color, and you see it's picking up my son's slinkies in the left-hand corner, so I have an idea of where he is. Now, as we go back to more daytime, you'll see that this is picking up Colin as he's walking back towards his swing. But now I can see where he is at all times and know that it's actually finding Colin. And if anyone else comes into that view, I can see that, whether it's an animal or a human or a car. Now, back to that main events page. If you see in purple, you'll see where it says person, you'll see where it says pet, you'll see where it says vehicle. So if someone's coming up to your porch, an animal, a delivery person, you get to actually know what that is that made that camera turn on. And I think that's hugely helpful to me as I'm deciding what I'm going to do once I see that video. Now, back to the area that is the monitoring. Here you can, on the left-hand side, you'll see faintly a speaker as well as a microphone. You can talk through it, and you can actually hear what's happening outside. So you can communicate. You can tell someone that you're not home. You can tell them to go away. Really easy way to do that. And as we get back to that main page, this is what you're going to be able to look at live as you are going through your camera. Okay, so now that the app is done, the third big question was around installation. And this was something that was super easy. So if you're not technical, if you're not handy, it's not hard to do. Simple enough. You get this cord that comes with it. This is 6 feet long, a little bit longer with this plug here. You're going to plug this into a typical outlet. Once that's plugged in, all you're going to do is plug this into this side. If I can get it right the first time. And there we go, plugged in there. Once it's plugged in, you turn this on, you download the app, you open the app, you pair this. This will click a few times, it'll pair, this light turns from red to blue. You're good to go. Now you can go into your app and name your camera. If you have multiple, you can name multiple cameras. Very simple and easy to set up. What's also nice about this is where you can put this. I would recommend putting this somewhere where you're not going to get it rained on constantly. It does say it's water resistant, but I would put it under an eave, under an awning, something where it at least has a little bit of protection. So it has I guess the foot here, and this moves up and down. So you can put this up on a wall like this. You can have it flat like I did onto a counter, whether it's inside or I had mine outside. Simple and easy. You can put this in a number of different ways, even if you had to hang it from an eave and set this up. Very simple. What I also really like, and they don't talk about this is a very thin cord. It's very flat, which means you can put this in a window or under a window, close the window without having to worry about bugs or hot or cold air coming in. And I like that I don't have to drill through a wall if I don't need to. That makes it simple. In addition, with the setup, you have a metal magnet here. This is something that you can adhere to the bottom here magnetically, and you can also put it onto if you have a metal window frame, if you have maybe it's a gutter, where you can then magnetically stick this onto both inside and outside surfaces. And then it also comes with these screws and these wall mounts that you can insert them. So you can really set this up anyway, and it can be very simple. And the great thing is you can then move it around as much as you want. One of the big things I want to tell you about is not a question that came up, but it's important to know. And that's the type of Wi-Fi you have. And I learned about this, but I was lucky. 2.4 gigahertz is what your Wi-Fi needs to be to work with this. Some of the newer Wi-Fi systems don't have this. They have a 5. When I say don't have, most of them have both. So you have to check and make sure you've got this set up to the 2.4 and not the 5, because people complained on Amazon saying it didn't work. Well, they had a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and that's the reason. So make sure that you have that before you go ahead and install this, before you buy it. You should have it, but I always think that's important to note. So from a standpoint of the quality of this, it's a great budget camera. It's easily moved. It sets up easily. It does what it says it's going to do. The nighttime color is great. I'm able to keep an eye on my son. I can actually talk to him from inside my house. I think if you're in the market for a camera like this is a great one to take a look at.